fourth lecture on Yogi Scientist Dialogue with the title Ahankara, the eighth in the list of Chit Padarthas. I wholeheartedly thank National Institute of Vedic Sciences who have taken this excellent initiative to get this Facebook live lectures on yoga science from Gita Anchor. As a recap, before proceeding further, we have first three lectures which have touched upon what is yoga science, why do we need this, why anchor this to Srimad Bhagavad Gita, what is the connection of yoga science and Veda Vijnana, Vedic sciences, what is the benefit of that. We also touched upon the difference between Yoga Vedanta and Yoga Vijnana. We noticed the connection between Vedanta and Vijnana, which is a live tradition used to welcome the advanced yogis, the Mathadipatis, the Pithadipatis, the saffron wearing sannyasins as Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchitartha Sannyasa Yoga Yataya Shuddha Sattva. So the integral connection of Yoga, Vedanta and Vijnana was noticed, and this concept from Vedas is crystallized in Gita 6.8 as Jnana Vijnana Truptatma Yogi. So a yogi is to be satisfied, Truptatma, in both aspects, Jnana and Vijnana. It is not one single lane, it is multiple perspectives. The Anushasana of yoga for Vijnana is different from Anushasana of yoga for Vedanta. In simple terms, the way a sannyasi practices yoga is different from the way a samsari has to practice yoga. The way a grihastha has to practice yoga is different from the way a unmarried, a brahmacharyashrami should follow, and that will be different from the vanaprastha model of yoga practitioner. It also means the yoga practice guidance for Raja as a Raja Yogi is different from the yoga guidance instructions models for the Praja or the people who are in the employment or the enterprise, Praja Yogis, Karma Yogis. So the entire model of yoga is customized instruction. It is not imitation as a group practice. It's a very important point to notice. While yoga has many flavors, it is not meant as a group practice by imitation, by regimentation. All of you do the same thing at the same time for the same benefit. That is not the model of yoga. And this is told in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Atha Yoganushasanam. Our questions could be common. The Jignasa is common. The Mimamsa is from multiple perspectives. but Anushasana is for the specific individual by Yogyata, Adhikara and Samarthya and Phalodesha, Ishtakamana. If we don't do this Yoga Pariksha, then our Anushasana or even personal choices in yoga becomes faulty. Towards this aspect, towards this expectation or compliance with this guidance, we seem to have missed we seem to have missed the tradition of studying Gita as a Vijnana, as a Vedanta Vijnana, as Yoga Vijnana. How to study Gita as Yoga Vijnana is given in the seventh chapter of Bhagavad Gita as Danam Teham Savijnanam Idam Vakshyam Asheshataha. So there is no shortcoming in Yogeshwara Sri Krishna providing the instructions. He provides how this Yoga Vijnana, Yogi Vijnani, Yogi scientist dialogue, Samvada has to take place. For the Yoga Vijnana Samvada, the pedagogic model, the exploration model is given in seventh chapter as the eight manifest forms, Bhinna Prakriti Rashtadha model. And this seed thought, Bhumirapo Nalo Vayuku Kambano Buddhirevacha Ahankara iti yamme Bhinna Prakriti Rashtadha is elaborated in the 8th and 9th chapter as Rajavidya, Rajaguhya Yoga, and then further explanation and leading to Vishwarupa Darshana, then leading to several things, till we get the 17th chapter, the Gunatraya and the Devasura Sampad Vibhaga Yogas. It is the social outreach. In fact, Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, is the social outreach point for all yogas, Vijnana and Vedantas coming from the Vedic tradition and the Brahma Sutra Parampara, the Acharya Paddhati, the Sampradaya. If we don't understand Gita properly, we will not be able to understand, appreciate, and practice and get the benefit of Veda Vijnana, Vedic sciences. National Institute of Vedic Sciences and Yoga Sanskritam University do offer programs, workshops, lectures in the area of Vedic sciences deeply connected with Yoga Vijnana of Bhagavad Gita, and as it has come to us in the practicing traditions, the latest one, what I respectfully notice, is Haridasa Sahitya. And in Haridasa Sahitya, the science of Ahara, Vihara, several sciences have been detailed. So we need to understand that so that our life can be better. Anyway, coming back, the first of the Chit Padarthas needed for Yoga Vijnana as Bhumi was explained in an earlier lecture. In the present lecture, I want to share how Gita presents ahankara, the most misunderstood Sanskrit term in the translations, in lectures, in practice, in society, everywhere. We seem to have missed the technicality of the term ahankara used in Bhagavad Gita. Well, there are good number of reasons for that. We are not studying Sanskritam or yoga as prescribed for the Veda, Vedanta, Vijnana, Yoga studies. We have taken pride in calling Sanskrit as classical language, which in other words simply means it is not a language of our current society. It's a quote unquote Mruta Bhasha, dead language, out of people circulation. Whereas the traditional understanding is Veda Sanskritam is Yoga Bhasha, Deva Bhasha, Amruta Bhasha, Mantra Bhasha. Therefore, when people do not understand the language pedagogy, they do not know how to use the language tools called the Vedanga, which is Shiksha, Vyakarana, Chandas and Nirukta, to understand the Sanskrit text, the Veda mantra, the Sukta, the Sukti, the Sutra. A nice way to say that is Sanskrit is non-translatable. Yes, Sanskrit is non-translatable. Does it mean it is useless? Absolutely not. We have to figure out ways to utilize, learn, utilize for our benefit the Sanskritam, the language. This is Yoga Sanskritam. Learn and use Sanskritam like yoga for four benefits of yoga, which are stress freedom, dukkha, skills, kaushalam, harmony, balance, equanimity, samatvam or samyam, and then atma darshanam for realizing the self. It is in this connection, the last one, atma darshanam, the present session dealing with ahankara would be relevant. How will I explore the eighth manifest form of Paramatma as Ahankara Prakriti for Atma Darshana and Paramatma Darshana? This, in essence, is today's session. Now, will one get the complete detail just by listening to the lecture? No. You have to get a practice. You have got to get a foundational grounding and our fitness to take up this particular research program. So, this being the 10th year of Yoga Sanskritam University, Indian Forum of Yoga Sanskritam University and all the affiliates, National Institute of Vedic Sciences, Chaitanya Yoga, JKR, SIGFA, all the teams are joining together to have a year-long celebration, conducting workshops, lectures, and outreach programs on Yoga Vijnana, Yoga Vedanta, Upavedas, Bhasha, and how Sanskrit connects to the Brahmi family of Indian languages, the digital technologies that are good for interfacing Yoga Vijnana Samshodhana, Atma Yoga Samshodhana, which in the modern terms would be a research in the areas of cognitive sciences, science of consciousness, science of computation, and science of communications. These topics are at the heart of artificial intelligence, machine translation, healing with sounds, alternate energy forms of medicine, and many other associated disciplines. This brings in a new dimension and life for the traditional studies. India is the repository and the lead institutions under the banner of Bhagavad Gita, Veda, Vedanta, or the lead repositories, the people and the textual resources, practicing traditions, who have to take lead and make Bharat as Atmanirbhar and Vishwaguru. This is for the Loka Sangraha, Loka Kalyana, and Trilokya Mangalam, which we say in the Suprabhata. So the first of these series workshops is planned in the month of March under the banner of Indian Forum. All the people coming together. There will be a convocation session and a physical meeting at Bangalore. Please join. You will get the details in a separate mail. Anyway, having said that, I was connecting this eighth Chit Padartha, the conscious matter, to the rest of the seven. Why consider Ahankara as a Paramatma Prakriti in yoga? Why and how to study Ahankara, which is very badly translated and used as the one is ego in local language. We say ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಘಮಂಡಿ है. He is a very egotistic person, self-centric person. He doesn't care for others like this. Then we get the aham translated as I, as an individual with a name and form. And what is the source, the energy which causes that aham is ahankara, karaka, karana, aham karaka, aham karana, aham pratyaya gocharata. How do I know that I am? The Descartes statement goes, I am before I think. I am because I am thinking. I am capable of thinking and articulating. So this study of the Ahankara in Vedanta schools comes as Pashyaka, Darshaka. Pashyaka is one who sees. Drashta, Rushi. Then Darshaka is one who shows. And one who shows is a Guru. Marga Darshaka. So is the Aham same in both the persons? What is the Ahankaraka, Ahankarana in these different relations? Throughout this lecture, I may be raising more questions than I'm capable of answering. I don't have answers for all the questions. I don't have a total clue on how to explore every aspect that is connected with ahankara. But with the limited clues that I am able to put together, the magnitude of the problem, the importance of the problem, the relevance of the problem in today's scenario for each individual can be understood. And if we understand the aham prakriti, ahankara prakriti, that helps us to decide our swadharma, swakarma, swartha, and swamoksha. Now, why am I using the word swa in the place of aham? I could have used the term atma in this case, but that would lead to a confusion. Swadharma is atma dharma. Swartha is atmartha. Atmarte prithivim tyajet is one of the dictums. Swakama, Atmakama, very technical term from the Upanishads. Atmanah kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Then Atma moksha. This is the trickiest thing. We have heard of Bandha moksha, we have heard of Atma gnana, but what is this Atma moksha becomes difficult to answer. Therefore, I have preferred to use the word swa in the place of atma to explain this aham as a principle. Now let me go to Gita, and as I was making my notes, so much has been there to explore. But then would I be able to say everything? I do not know. For whom is this exploration of Gnana Vijnana Truptatma addressed? Who is getting that satisfaction Trupti? It is the explorer, it is the Pashyaka, it is the Darshaka, it is the Sadhaka who gets that Trupti. And once the Trupti is there, now I am satisfied. I have got the Ananda. I am swastha, I am mukta, I am yukta. This experience comes. Who gets this experience is the question. Where one gets that experience is the question of kala, the time, where, when, the kshetra and the kala. But who gets that experience? Is that experience my experience? Mama anubhava. Is it for me? Mahyam kim, is it for me? If we ask this question, Gita says, Yogi has to explore this ahankara prakriti as one of Paramatma prakritis to get Gnana Trupti, Vijnana Trupti, and Atma Trupti. Hey, wait a minute. What is Atma Trupti and how is it different from my satisfaction? Am I the Atma? Is there an equation Aham Atma? I'll come to this point a little later. Why did this elaboration get the highest precedence in the tradition. The Ashtaprakriti exploration starts from Charvakas and they limit it to the Panchabhutas, eliminating the Chit Amsha. So they are called material thinkers, matter thinkers. This I explained in one of the earlier lectures. Charvaka's position is a little improved by the Jains and Buddhists. They take the view there is something called consciousness that is experienceable, but that consciousness is nothing but a transformation of matter, dravya padartha parinama, or when the manifestation reverts back to its source, consciousness also becomes a matter. This is called the Avaidika Bauddha Jaina Darshanas or the Nastika. Now, even the Nastika I would not like to use Avaidika, where the Chit Padartha is analyzed. So, Nyaya Vaisheshikas come in between as the first of the defenders of Vedic tradition, Vedic sciences, and they postulate Padartha first as the means for dharma abhyasa abhyudaya nishreyasa, and then under dharma padartha dharma they bring in dravya, and under dravya they pool together the panchabhutas prithivya tejo vayu akashaha, and then time and space directions kala dik, and they put atma manas, the total entities of consciousness, Chidamsha, in its pure form and the wrapped form, the Sakosha and Mukta Kosha models, Atma and Manas. Manas in Nyaya Vaisheshika concept maps to the entirety of the Chitta or the uh, Vasana Sharira, a lot of other technicalities in this. So it was a flat single basket classification of the nine items to explore Chit Padartha. Progress takes place, and then Sankhya Yoga comes into picture. They put the Shuddha Chitta, pure consciousness, as Purusha, and rest everything under Prakriti. See, these people are using, these Darshanakaras, Shastrakaras are using the same Sanskrit terms that are present in Veda and Gita. But the technical meaning, paribhasha, associated in each Darshana Shastra is different. If one translates the Prakriti as nature in one particular concept, in one particular context, that meaning will not be applicable in every context. That meaning will not hold good in every other section, whether it is Prakriti or Brahma or Jiva or Anu, you name it, Bhumi, Surya, all that. So the context becomes important. The failure to recognize this context sensitivity, prakaranashah arthaha nirvaktavyaha, is the dictum from Nirukta. Failure to do this in many modern Sanskrit, English, and other lexicons has made Sanskrit get a bad name as non-translatable. Not only that, many modern lexicons have put the local language meanings where the Sanskrit technical meaning should have been used. This has caused a greater damage. And coming to science, scientists, and consciousness science research, the scientists, without having a clarity on the Yoga Vijnana technicalities and the language pedagogy, have adapted the poor translations floating around in social media and several translations to conduct experiments and claim they know everything about consciousness, states of consciousness, transformations of consciousness, and it is sensed by the instruments, which I call it as Plato's caveman model of understanding the universe. This is where Sankhya Darshana has played a greater role, brought in greater precision to the Ashtaprakriti understanding in Gita, especially the Ahankara. The Ahankara part, which was put as Atma and Manas in Yoga Shastra, Nyaya Vaisheshika, as pure and its manifest separately, becomes separated as Purusha and Prakriti. Under Purusha, the complete, pure, untainted, Shuddha Buddha Mukta, Nirvikalpa, whatever we want to call that, the Purusha is there. The Sankhya Purusha is not the same as Parama Purusha mentioned in Purusha Sukta of the Rigveda. The Sankhya Purusha is a Tattva in Darshana Shastra. The Purusha Sukta in Veda is a Darshana of the Paramatma as Vishwarupa and leading to the Yagna concept. And what is modern understanding of the Purusha? It is a label marked as male and female on the restrooms. If this model of Sanskrit understanding, losing the yoga connected with, is widely popular, no doubt Vedic science has lost its credibility in the eyes of modern scientists. It is for us to say where the modern scientists have erred and where we have got to project the importance of the Ahankara Prakriti as consciousness matter relations exploration according to Yoga Vijnana in multiple perspectives. What is the social and spiritual benefit of this? Who has to know the Ahankara Prakriti? The Ahankara Prakriti Gnana in Gita is given both in the individual level yoga perspective as well as the, the Vijnana perspective. For the yogi, understanding of the Ahankara Prakriti is important from the perspective of Prayana Kala, the last moment of exit from this body, leaving the body, leading to Punarjanma, leading to stress free exit. This is for the individual progress. During the lifetime, the Ahankara Prakriti knowledge helps to forge the Purushartha relations and the Paramartha sadhana. How am I related to myself, my body, my mind, my family members, my workplace, the universe where I live. This is yoga, togetherness, vijnana, science, science of togetherness. Saha now avatu, let us be protected together in our endeavors. This is the key point. And the entire Dharma Shastra is based upon exploring this Swadharma, and the detail is called Dharma Shastra. Dharma Shastra does not say the entire society has to do this. Dharma Shastra says what is the Shastra Vihita Dharma for me in my context, and how will it bring benefit. This is Shastra Vihita Vidhi, 16th chapter. If one wants to violate that, what is the fate of them? Ye Shastra Vidhi Mutsrujya Vartante Kamakarataha Tesham. What is the fate of them? That is the question of Arjuna. And that is where Sri Krishna expands the concept of the Shraddha. Yo yachadda sayevasaha, the faith management, which is very critical for the religion teams, and then analyzed as shariram, banasam, vangmayam, trividham, tapaha, wherein we get the concept of Vak Yoga, which is the unique teaching of Yoga Sanskritam University. How to use our thought articulation for health and wellness. I would go for that in a different session. But right now, the point is when we go global with Gita today, we cannot carry the cultural Dharma Shastra, historical Dharma Shastra, the Sampradaya. We have to go by the 17th chapter where Ashastra Vihitam aspect is given, and the yoga for that has to be brought out in the Yoga Vijnana model. For that, the Ashtaprakriti knowledge is required, and in the Ashtaprakriti, the Shraddha is related to the Ahankara Prakriti, and that Ahankara Prakriti, unless refined, it is called Jiva Sattva Shuddhi. It is done, the Tamasika Guna will not go, Jnana Vijnana Trupti will not come. So, this is the connection why we have got to explore Ahankara Prakriti as the scientist who is studying science. One of another good teams is exploring the scientist and the science relation. It is basically exploring the Ahankara Prakriti in relation to rest of the seven. The five Panchabhutas relates to the external world, and the Ahankara Prakriti related to the Manas and Buddhi is the psychic sciences. So material science is related to the Panchabhuta. When we make that to Chit Padartha, it becomes Yoga Vijnana. When the Ahankara Prakriti related to Manas and Buddhi is studied, it becomes psychic, noetic, other mystic sciences. All that put together becomes Atma Jnana Vijnana Yoga. And this is the big template from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. What we are having today as Gita studies almost all around the world, including our traditional systems, is in two what you call the compartments. One compartment is Gita for lifestyle, Gita for philosophical deliberations, which is a cerebral exercise. Gita doesn't give you how to do a particular posture, asana. Gita says practice posture, do the pranayama, do the karma, do the vak yoga and other things. But it doesn't elaborate on that. Neither does Yoga Sutra. It comes much later in Yogopanishads and the Swatmarama Satayoga Pradipika and in the Upavedas how to practice the Yoga Vijnana for Swasthya and Saukhya. And it's only very, very late that the $3 trillion US dollar market of wellness anchored to yoga, pants, and mats has emerged as lifestyle and wellness. We are nowhere closer to the Bhagavad Gita Yoga Vijnana for Atma Kalyana, Atma Gnana Vijnana Trupti. So the intellectual deliberation is good, Jignasa is good, Mimamsa is desirable. Anushasana can be done only by the person who knows, who has practiced the Yoga Vijnana. But there has got to be a Pariksha Paddhati, a method of investigation, verification, and validation before prescription, a diagnostic system for yoga. That is missing. And that knowledge is sitting right in the heartland of India with the religious institutions. And they have pushed this particular knowledge under the wraps of the Vedanta. Under Vedanta also the multiple streams flavored with Acharya flags. So unless one sits with Gita and the multiple commentaries provided by the Acharyas, pull out the Yoga Vijnana relevant. We don't pick up the Vedanta fights. Vedanta fights are Anushasanas if one has gone up to that level. For example, many Gita based directives given in Pancharatragama followed by the Vaikhanasas are not really practicable in today's society. Why? Because not many are in that stage of Vaikhanasas. And who are Vaikhanasas? Vaikhanasas are Vanaprastha yogis who have advanced practice in a certain aspect of the Vaishnava Sampradaya, and they are trying to see how can I make further progress in this. So just to say I am following a Vaikhanasagama, I am following this particular thing, does not cut the ice. We are not getting the Vijnana. The reading of the text as simple Sanskrit literature does not work. Picking up selective pages does not work. We have to come back to Gita and understand Gita's language and technicality as Yoga Bhasha, the technical language of yoga. So this is the key issue that the research programs at National Institute of Vedic Science and Yoga Sanskritam University, the Indian Forum, have to pitch upon and show how it connects to the living traditions and practices. The output, the graduate output has to be a practicing professional who does Vijnana for the Vritti and Gnana for Atma Trupti. There is a harmony and balance of Atma Trupti and Paramatma Trupti. This is just the seed thought. Okay, again, let me come back to this Aham Prakriti. These concepts are important. Now, okay, a few points. The term Atma is used in Gita along with the term Aham and Ahankara. The term Ahankara is used very specifically in two places in Gita. One is the listing of the Ashtaprakritis. Ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakritirashtadha. At this point, it is one of the Ashtaprakritis. There is another place where the same term Ahankara is used. It is Ahankara Vimudhatma. Then the question of some divine force throwing the violators into a state of punishment is given. Are the two terms and the two contexts same? No. This is where we have to see how the acharyas have interpreted the word ahankara. The word ahankara in Ashtaprakriti is explained under the Nyaya Vaisheshika Darshana aligned to Sankhya Darshana. It is the Chit Padartha. In Ahankara Vimudhatma, it is aligned to the Jivagati and the individual violating a Dharma Shastra, a Ashastra Vihita Karma Karta in that context. So the term Ahankara inside Gita does not mean the same thing. It has to be contextually understood. Then Ahankara has got two parts. This is a grammatical technicality. Aham is the first part. Kara is the pratyaya. What causes this ahankara? So when you take ahankara as a single word concept, it is conscious being. If we split it, aham, and then look at the cause of this particular thing, it is what causes the seeker, the individual, the scientist, as a conscious seeker, experiencer. Technically, it is karta, gnata, bhokta, vakta. I am the doer. Aham concept. At this point, again the grammar technicality, the term aham in grammar is coming out of a sarvanama, universal noun, asmat. And Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachana gives it as aham. Therefore, Kartari Prathama Ekavachana is I, aham. So, what causes this feeling of I in me? What is this I? Who is this I? Aham ahamikaya spurantam. They say. So, I am the one who is getting the gnana vijnana trupti. When I am looking outbound, para, outside, bahya, then I get my outer layers of panchabhuta or annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, or panchabhutas Manas and Buddhi, they are outside of me. I own them. I connect to them. I see them. But can I see myself? Aham swam pashyami. Aham atmanam pashyami. Can I say this? Where does this thought come from? Pashyan atmani tushyati. There is a statement for the yogi. Atma Ramaha, Atmaratihi, Atma Kridaha, Atma Samsthaha. That comes in the Upanishads. Pashyan Atmani Mayaya Bahirivodbhutam Yatha Nidraya is a different model of explanation where the entire universe is imaged, reflected in the Chaitanya is there. So the concept of aham becomes extremely significant as the consciousness research. The modern term used for this is the modern term used for this is first person experience in English. In Sanskrit, it is Uttama Purusha. Uttama Purusha is Aham. In Sanskrit, it's inverse. The Western tradition starts with I as the first person, and in Sanskrit tradition, we start self, I, as the Uttama Purusha. The second person is Madhyama Purusha, and anybody outside that is Prathama Purusha as number counting. First, I don't start the counting from myself as one. I start from somebody else as you are number one, Prathamaha, then Madhyamaha, then Uttama. Aham Uttamaha. Uttama Purusha is Aham. And then Uttama Purusha investigation is taken up in Vedanta Vijnana mode, and that leads to the Purushottama Yoga, Purushottama Gnana Vijnana, Purushottama Vishwarupa Darshana. So this is Gita. From Uttama Purusha, that is Vyakarana Aham, to Purushottama is the journey of Jiva to Ishvara, Jiva Ishvara journey, starting point and the end point. Atma as Aham starting point, ending up in Paramatma. Atma to Paramatma is the individual finite consciousness to the universal consciousness. This is the research of the Yoga Vijnana. This study is relevant for the society to identify the Shastra Vihita Karmacharana. How Aham as I, the Jiva, can become a Deva by doing Shastra Vihita Karmacharana is the issue. Therefore, Ahankara Prakriti is to be understood. And how to study the Ahankara Prakriti in Sharira is a part of the Ayurveda. How to study Ahankara Prakriti by Karma Vasana is Vedanga Jyotisha. How to map Ahankara Prakriti of the Vyakti, individual, to the material outside the universe is Vastu. How to maintain the Ahankara Prakriti, the Sharira, Manas, Vak, in Gunatraya Samya is Yuktahara Viharasya, Yukta Cheshtasya Karmasu, Yukta Swapnavabodhasya, the lifestyle connected to all this. Corrections are Parihara, diagnostics is Pariksha. So, what are we doing? The Pariksha, and what does the doctor ask you? Are you comfortable? So, the level of movement or the alignment is for comfort, saukhya, sukha. Sukha Rakshana is what is driving in Vijnana. In Vedanta, ಸ್ವಸ್ಥವಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಕುಶಲೀ ಕಿಂ ಕುಶಲೀ ಭವಾನ್ ಸ್ವಸ್ಥಃ ಕಿಂ. So swasthya is I am established in myself. That is the Vedanta. So the Vijnana part is taking up to Saukhya. Vedanta is taking up to Swasthya. So Swasthya and Saukhya together is Yogakshema. And that Yogakshema, Gnana related to that, Karma related to that, will give the Trupti for the individual at the deepest level. That is Gnana Vijnana Truptatma. The sadhana for this is yoga. When this yoga explores the eighth Ashta Prakriti, which is the investigating scientist, the Rushi, the Yogi, the Swa part of it, Swartha disappears. Parartha, Paramartha becomes dominant. That is the Loka Kalyana. If Swartha dominates Parartha and Paramartha, the individual becomes Asura. If Swartha ends up in Sukha, one becomes a Devata. If Swartha goes to the Paramartha, then they become the Mukta Yogis. If they bring that information back to us, they become the Mantra Drashta Rishis, the Yogeshwaras, the Rishishwaras. Therefore, exploration of this Ahankaratva as Paramatma Prakriti under consciousness science is very, very critical. Now, how is this connected to the Darshana Shastras? When the Ahamkara is postulated in a certain framework as identical with the ultimate Brahma, then the Gnana Vijnana related to the Aham, eventually that Ahankara, Asmat Pratyaya, Yushmat Pratyaya, takes up Aham Brahma Asmi. That's the direction. Self investigation. If that investigation goes to what is outside of me as you, then it becomes a tat tvam asi. These are not literal explanations. These are pointers like variables. What is the value of tat? What is the value of tvam? That is set in each Darshana Shastra. It is not a dictum saying that, okay, you are that, I am this, like that. That is a wrong approach to investigate Yoga Vijnana. That is a popular fight that, okay, I am this, you are that. Role play. Role play is not what we are discussing here. If we pick up a specific thing as this and that, then that's called idam, ayam. Ayam Atma Brahma. If we say, no, no, I am interested in the process of this, the knowledge and the excellence of the knowledge processes, knowledge implementation, knowledge practices, Gnana becomes Pragnana, then Pragnanam Brahma becomes the formula to explore. So these four are picked up in one of the Darshana Shastras as the anchor points to go to yoga, gnana, vijnana and related truptatma status. In practical instruction, the guidance, as long as the science and the scientist, the outside and the inside, there is a dividing line. There is a possibility of togetherness. There is a possibility of sahatva. There is a possibility of a connection, dvandva. Then, how are you related to me and how am I related to you? What is common to us? Am I subordinate to you? Are you superior to me? All these things come as a sthiti, existential study. So, in such cases, whether it is the Tantra or some darshanas or the interpretation schools, practice schools, the puja, they bring up the concept of tava aham, dasoham, tvamevaham, natvam, naham. This line of investigation. This is seeing Arurukshoha Muneha Yogam Karma Karana Muchyate in that phase. Arudhasyata tasyaiva Shamak Karana Muchyate when you are back into the world teaching for Shishya Kalyana, Loka Kalyana, this part of it. Unless there is a dvandva, there is no samvada. If I am alone, with whom do I speak? If there is no second thing. So that phase is far beyond in personal experience. We don't have to bring it to the localized context for a debate and cause the social life miserable one and spoil the science of it. So let us get the yoga to yoga vijnana part of it. In Gita, this part is explained as para prakriti or vishwabhuta prakriti apareya midastvanyam. That is how the word goes. That is where the ahankara tattva is clearly identified. Vishwatma, vishwabhavanaha. These are the words that come into picture. Now there is one interesting expression in Gita. This comes as ahamatma gudakeshaha, it goes. Now that's a part of the Sri Krishna Yogeshwara presenting himself as I am present in this particular form, Vibhuti and the yoga being explained. When this sentence is posed for a Darshana Shastra dialectical debate context, not for the practice of the yoga. It is just the chit chat, just to show the intellectual temor and I would call it superiority part of it. Aham Atma. Oh, Gita says Aham and Atma are same. Look at the commentaries by all the three acharyas. The Aham mentioned there is the Jivatma, not the Paramatma. The Jivatma and Paramatma in the state of Jiva is not accepted, not even by Shankaracharya, not even by his assiduous ardent followers in the commentaries, not by the yogis, not by the this position is accepted by uh, Ramanuja Pantha. Ramanujacharya makes the commentary on that. And interestingly, on this particular shloka, Acharya Madhva and Jayatirtha do not make any observation. They just skip it over. Why? Because the concept of Ahamatma is already positioned in the Sankhya framework of Chit Padartha Purusha Prakriti there is no reason to bring in the equation of aham and atma, I and the supreme, as equal, because we are in the state of dvandva. That entire chapter narration is I am this. It is telling in a higher state of consciousness, but following a Triputi Vijnana. Therefore, Acharya Madhva and Jayatirtha rightly do not enter into a dialectical debate. Probably their point is, if you don't understand the context, if you have not reached the practice point of even the Sankhya, why do you require the explanation for this? Probably. I mean, the traditionalists have to say that, but this is what it is. In other schools, when it comes to the concept of Shuddha Brahma, Shiva Shakti, Paradevata, Paramapurusha Narayana, in Narayana Upanishad, Atma Cha Narayana, all that comes in. Okay? Kalaswarupi Bhagavan, a mantra told in the Shraddha Karmas, Kalatma Sarva Bhutatma, or the Kalosmi Loka Kshayakurt Praruddha, the presence of the Ahankara Prakriti in time is explained. Do I survive in a transcendental time? Am I Kala Atita? Science, modern science especially, has no answer for this because the concept of time is a linear from a reference point. In Yoga Vijnana and Yoga Vedanta, it is cyclic time. So, if we have to understand why Sarva Mula, Sarva Nama, Purna Pragna are to be connected with Darshana, Sarva Mula Darshana, Purna Pragna Darshana has to be understood. It has to transcend in the yoga journey to a state of Nirdvandvaha, Nitya Sattvastaha, told in second chapter. And when we are not at that stage, we don't have to mess up our little brains, little egos with what is told there. It is like telling, oh, water is there on the Mars. So I'm thirsty. Let me get a glass of water from Mars. Makes no sense. Makes no practicality. So the way to explore the Ahankara Prakriti given in various chapters of Gita progresses as Atmatrupti from Vijnana, the scientist getting a self satisfaction, then Jnana Trupti as I understanding the nature of the self beyond matter. It is in 1623, the pursuit of Jnana Vijnana Trupti, that assessment in Gita. More details can be had in a detailed workshop. This session is too short for that. Then Jnana Vijnana has to be assessed in terms of Siddhi, achievement of the what you call the mastery over the Panchabhutas. That's called the Siddhi. And then Sukha, freedom from disease. Arogya is more than the absence of disease. Swasthya. Arogya concept is to be elevated to Swasthya. And then the Jivagati has to go beyond time to Paragatim, Paramgatim. That is the Atyantika Moksha beyond Punarjanma. For this, Ahankara Prakriti is to be explored in four models: Adhiyagna, Adhibhuta, Adhidhaiva, and Adhyatma. And the framework is Shariraka, Manasika, Vachika. The Ahankara Prakriti has to be explored in these three aspects. What does it translate in simple terms? So explore the aham, the I consciousness as my processes, body process related to I. Then my constitution, I am not matter, I am a process and I have a constitution. The prakriti, mama prakriti, ahankara prakriti, aham prakriti of that. Then my conditions, what is my sthiti, ahankara sthiti, and then the moola of this ahanta, mamata, asmat pratyaya karaka, yushmat pratyaya karaka. Why am I a Vishishta? Why I am not somebody else? Why am I who I am, what I am, this particular thing? These are the four perspectives. So this clarity is very, very important. And when this is true, we get the Jnana Vijnana Truptatma as yogi, a yogi who has understood the Ahankara Prakriti. There is much more that goes on in this particular case, which I would not like to hold back, but the time constraint puts me to, you know, wrap up the presentation. We started this presentation with a seed concept of yoga science in the uh, framework of yogi scientist dialogue. This was to explore the Vedic sciences and Veda presented to Kali Yuga, our period, through Gita as Yoga Shastra, Yoga Gnana, Yoga Vijnana, Yoga Vedanta. And to understand Gita, the language of the text Gita, which is called Sanskritam, is to be understood in yoga way. And the programs for that, the education models, pedagogy, comes from a platform, an outfit called Yoga Sanskritam University, reaching out to everybody through our affiliates, National Institute of Vedic Science, Indian Forum, several other affiliates who channel out this knowledge under their specificities of Veda, Vedanta, Vedanga, Upaveda, and the applications leading to professions, social outreach. The idea is the graduated students will go for Jnana Vijnana Trupti for self and also do the Loka Kalyana through a professional Vritti, Kushala Vritti. For youngsters, it is opening of applied yoga professions. For seniors, it is we are satisfied. Now we want to know more of ourselves. It is getting into the knowledge of the tradition. Why am I doing this? How am I doing this? How do I groom? How do I become a yogi? How do I groom my next generation as the yogi? So I would wrap up this particular session and I welcome you to the proposed workshop and sessions on in the month of March at Indian Forum of Yoga Samstam University and further workshops from National Institute of Vedic Sciences. We also want to develop yoga science research parks to bring out the yoga science present in Bhagavad Gita and various other traditional outfits so that we can get Jnana Vijnana Truptatma as the Prajas in Atmanirbhar Bharat. Bharat can become the Vishwaguru. And with that, I thank you all. Ahankara Prakriti is the most complex and challenging, even in science. So the advanced science is looking at consciousness research as a solution for healthcare globally. And we are looking at Ahankara Prakriti study for moksha beyond the death and Punarjanma cycle. So let us converge the vision and activities of the traditional Vedanta schools towards the modern science and do the Atma Kalyan and Vishwa Kalyan. Namaste. Thank you.